We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
Cactus Wrestling is now available on Spotify and Amazon. And don't forget to check us out on Etsy for all of your Cactus Wrestling apparel needs.
Welcome back to another episode of the Cactus Wrestling Podcast. The Black Knight Invitational was pretty much Penn State's wrestle-offs. They dominated the tournament. They had pretty much multiple guys in the finals at every weight class. But we're here to talk about kind of the open weight classes, so to speak. And well, before we get into that, how about Bo Bartlett getting taken to overtime? We
There's
didn't see
no
that one
shock.
coming
Yeah, that's not even
by
surprising.
Rutgers, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Freaking, it's just what he does. He
And he
floats.
was I mean, I heard in an interview that he was focusing on his offense and
Is that
clearly
right?
clearly not.
I'm not so sure that that's what he's doing.
Yeah. So at 125, we had Luke Lillidahl versus Kurt McHenry, and
I mean,
this
arguably close match. It was pretty much 0-0 going into the third period.
right, and then well, this wasn't the finals actually. Sorry, this
It
was the
was semis.
semifinals, and Luke Lillidahl kind of sealed it with a third period. Uh, well, he scored both, I guess, his takedowns in the third
He got
period.
away, got a takedown. Then McHenry got away. I think there was an injury. He got on top. Or McHenry got down, got away again. Um, McHenry got called for stalling and then got taken down again. So two
Hmm.
takedowns in the third, but like I mean, very close leading up to that.
Right, and then in the finals, we saw Luke Lillidahl versus Charlie Farmer of Army, and he teched him.
Yeah, so clearly the real finals match was McHenry on Lillidahl there.
Yeah, I mean Charlie Farmer, Flo has him ranked at 25. I mean, this is the guy kind of first time in the lineup because Ethan Bergink has always been the guy for Army. So
Yeah, no, not
I
not
don't
the
know if Farmer's that high quality yet, but Lillidahl looks good. I mean, we'll see. 25's kind of thinned out a little bit, but it's still kind of up in the air. So we'll see. I would imagine he's going to be the starter going forward. I mean,
Yeah, I
Braden
think
Davis
he
was a true freshman
solidified.
last
Yeah,
year, so I don't.
I think he solidified that. Yeah, Lillidahl's probably the guy.
Yeah. So, um, 33 Braden Davis didn't wrestle. 41 Bo
So
Bartlett.
afraid of Ethan Bergink.
Yeah, yeah. 41 Bo Bartlett had that overtime match, and then he dominated in the finals. Shane Van Ness, he had a close-ish match in the semis against Richard Fidalin of Columbia, 5-0.
Yeah, that was the only close match he had,
And then
really.
he tech falled Andrew Clark of Rutgers in the finals. 57. All right, this is the one most people care about.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Kasak, Alex Facundo.
It
Well,
came down to one takedown.
as most matches do.
Yeah.
And Kasak comes out on top. So,
I mean, I think Kasak must have known getting that first takedown in the first period was going to be crucial to getting the win, which is exactly what happened.
yeah. I mean, here's the thing though. Facundo uses all his red shirts at this point. Kasak is a true sophomore, so Penn State could very well redshirt him. But here's the thing, it's like why would they have these two wrestle off in this finals match if this was didn't have some greater implication?
Yeah.
Like we saw at 84 Carter versus Zack Ryder, they didn't even wrestle. Um, Same with 74, Levi Haynes and Matt Lee, and they didn't wrestle. So clearly those two are the starter. They didn't need to kind of solidify that. But this is a weight class that was up in the air because reports had it that Facundo won the wrestle off. Now Kasek has settled the score, and has kind of done better in competition. He won the All-Star Classic. Facundo had a close match with Drexel. I think Facundo's kind of on the outside looking in.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna start Facundo. Like it doesn't make sense. The one year that they did start him, he went like 0-2 in nationals. Like I don't think he's significantly improved from that version of himself.
Which is like, this is my qualm with, it's not really Penn State, it's guys who commit to Penn State. And obviously, like Facundo is a this is his what fourth year in college, I
Yeah, I
think at
think
this
so.
point.
Yeah.
And like he doesn't know the guys behind him that are gonna commit down the road. But now, like, yeah, this is his fourth year in college, and he has 3 years of eligibility left because he had the Olympic red shirt, a red shirt. Yeah, this is his fourth year. Now, a guy like this, you could think potential All-American threat. What is he going to do for the next 3 years? He's going to be stuck behind Mitchell Messenbrink, who has the same amount of eligibility.
Yep.
Levi Haynes has this year and next year. But then you look at who Penn State has coming in down the road. You
Oh
got
yeah.
you got guys like
Duke.
PJ Duke, who's
Yeah.
probably better than all of them. I mean, where are these guys? So it's kind of like the Terrell Bearclaw effect, where he was at Penn State for 4 years. He transfers out and he's doing great. He hasn't lost a match yet. He's beaten on
Yeah,
some All-Americans.
he's had some really good competition too so far too.
So it's like if you're Facundo, it's like, well, what am I going to be at Penn State for? Like, yeah, maybe I've gotten a better wrestler, but I want my shot in the sunlight. Like,
Yeah.
there's plenty of other schools that I'm sure you'll still succeed at. It's not just Penn State or bust. And I bet if Mike Long was here, he'd be like, "No, no, it's Penn State or bust.
Yeah.
Loyalty, Carter preaches loyalty."
Yeah. You don't want to get on Carter's bad side.
Right. Um, yeah, it's just like as a wrestling fan and those Penn State, fans out there, you can hate all you want, but it doesn't make sense to have the top talent sitting on your bench. And that's what's happening with all these top recruits committing to Penn State. We're being deprived as wrestling fans of seeing top talent compete against each other
Sure.
because they're stuck behind each other.
Well, I mean, we haven't even gotten to 197, but that's the perfect example.
Yeah. Well, so these middle weights and upwards is real logjam for Penn State. I mean, you kind of look at the guys coming in the next few years in the recruiting classes like PJ Duke. He's probably going to be a 57 pounder. But Kasek, I mean, if he starts this year, he'll probably have 2 years left. Kasek, with all these injuries, he could be a national champion this year.
We already, but without the injuries, we already had K-Sac as number one.
Right.
I
So,
didn't have him as number one, but you two had come to the
do
conclusion.
you have him number one now?
I mean, with those two guys out, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
how
mean,
do
who else is
you,
there?
who else are you going to argue is going to be
Right. Right. It's tough. So, yeah, I mean, 65 Messenbrink, Techfald, Gunnar Flipowitz, who
there?
national qualifier kind of guy. 74, we talked about Levi, 84. So here we go again. Zach Ryder makes the finals. He upsets Brian Soldano, who's a top
Yep.
20 guy from Rutgers. Where does Zach Ryder fit into this lineup moving forward?
I mean, next year he could replace Carter, arguably, but Mike would immediately chirp in and say Josh Barr's going to go 84.
Right. And to 97 point, 97, we had three guys vying for the starting spot: Lucas Cochran, Josh Barr, and Connor Mirasola. Josh Barr majors, doesn't even give a point to Connor Mirasola. And then he majors Lucas Cochran as well.
Yeah, that was surprising, especially because there was rumors that Cochran beat him in the wrestle off in the room.
Yeah, so I mean, who knows if those rumors are true or not, but so you can kind of say, okay, Josh Barr will probably be the starter for 97 this year. He'll probably do well at 97. Maybe Mike would argue that he's undersized, but if he's beating these guys, then
There's an
he
argument that he
he'll
might
be
be fine.
he'll be competitive. But here's
Yeah.
the thing. It's like between Zack Ryder, Connor Mirasola, where's Connor Mirasola going to fit into the lineup? Like,
Heavyweight beating his brother out for the spot.
right, and then the other Mirasola is going to be gone.
Who
So,
made the finals of the tournament against Greg?
yeah, so you have guys like Zack Ryder, he's going to be on the outside looking in potentially. Like, I think Penn State should have Zack Ryder 84, Josh Barr 97, and then have one of the Mirasolas at heavyweight for the years to come. That's
Mm.
probably in their best interest. But I mean, this logjam. So just to kind of pull up some of the incoming recruits. So you have Marcus Blaze is coming in for Penn State.
Yep.
You have PJ Duke, who so Marcus Blaze is touted as potential 33 or 41 pounder. That'll be fine because Bo Bartlett will be gone. Blaze could start next year at either 33 or 41. PJ Duke is either 57, 65. He's gonna have to redshirt or otherwise Kasek slash Facundo slash Messenbrink is gonna be like I mean Messenbrink's gonna win a national championship next year. Like
Yeah.
Will Henkel is the number 15 guy. He's plugged for 74, 84. Where is he gonna be?
Yeah, behind Haynes and also
Behind Haynes, behind
Barr
Zack Ryder,
Ryder.
behind PJ Duke, who could grow.
Yeah.
Like Will Henkel's not going to see the starting lineup. I'm sorry. He's never going to see the starting lineup. You got Cunningham, who's number 18. He's right in the same weight class, 65, 74. And then Nate Desmond's 25, 33. Maybe he'll be 25. That could be, I mean, Luladoll. Mike thinks Luladoll's going to be 33. So Marcus Blaze goes 41. Well, guess what? Dalton Perry, he just committed. He's number 41 at
Yeah.
141.
Yeah, there's so many guys that are committing there.
So they have 6 guys in the top 41 that
Coming
are
in, right, next
that
year.
are coming in. Right, for next year. Uh I don't know. I just it's great for these guys. I don't know. It must be some sort of like a little bit of ego to be like, yeah, I'm the best guy. It doesn't matter who else is committing. I'm gonna win out and be the starter and win the spot. But
Yeah. Ew.
but realistically, there's only so many starters on a lineup, and not everyone can hit that spot. So I, as a wrestling fan, would rather see some of these top guys go to other quality programs, and then that way you can actually see PJ Duke wrestle against Mitchell Messenbrink. Like, you know how awesome of a
Right.
match that would probably be?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I'd like the spread the wealth.
I mean, and it's not to hate on Penn State because obviously a byproduct of your success is that you're going to get those top recruits because we saw it with Iowa as well. Like, where's Angelo Ferrari going to be? I mean, we talked about it in our last video. Like, where is he going to be between Kennedy, between Gabe Arnold's at 74, 84 potentially for the next year? Is he going to bump up to 97? Maybe he's not big enough because maybe he doesn't want to wrestle potentially against his brother, but he's
Yeah.
quality and capable enough.
Clearly, yeah. Yeah, he's definitely already an impact freshman, so
So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what Penn State's lineup looks like moving forward.
I can't wait for when's the mass exodus? Like when is there going to be a lot of transfers out where like these guys are like, all right, I want to start actually having my moment.
Well, I mean, thankfully we saw that with Terrell Barraclaw this year.
Yeah. I mean, because
Because
Carter was talking about Barraclaw being like, yeah, this guy could win a national title, and we were like, what?
Yeah, right.
The guy's never started, and you're saying he's a national champ? Like
Right.
maybe,
But
but
then he's also like heart like preaching, oh, loyalty, loyalty. Like he's
oh yeah,
hating on David Taylor and anyone who leaves Penn State.
yeah, yeah,
Like, all right, calm down.
yeah.
I don't know. So let us know your thoughts down below. What do you think of the whole Penn State situation, the whole log jam? I think that, I mean, obviously it's a good, if you're a Penn State fan, you got to be loving it. It's like it doesn't matter who the starter is because you have so many good options, but it's kind of depriving the fandom of being able to see this top talent. I mean, it's like what if you had Tom Brady and Peyton Manning on the same team?
Yeah, that's, I mean, or what about, everyone loves talking about Dake Taylor. What if they were on the same team and they were the same weight? Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't have had that national finals.
Yeah. And especially for those thinking like, oh, well, Facundo beat Levi Haynes, he could be a national champion. Well, why isn't he the starter?
Yeah, why isn't he at 74 then? Why is he
And if he really can beat him, transfer out, go to what's a program who loves transfer? Go to Michigan or something. And
Iowa?
yeah, Iowa loves transfers, yeah.
Yeah,
And improve your salt. So,
Rutgers even.
yeah. So let us know your thoughts down below on the whole situation. And it's gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens moving forward. Good problems to have if you're Penn State. And I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm
Uh,
I, I'm just
I
annoyed by it.
agree. Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, drop a comment down below. Thanks for watching Cactus Wrestling.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.